go.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another session of Recap Thursday. Today is March 31st, 2016, and we are bringing you another one from our Sunday night Raethborne homebrew.
But it
Isn't
wasn't.
that right?
On
But
a
it
Sunday
wasn't.
night.
That's right. It wasn't.
It was last night.
It was last night. We had a makeup session because Easter.
Because
Easter was a thing. Easter plans, Easter work, all that Easter fun. We didn't even have any Easter chocolate. It was like the one time that we didn't have any snacks.
Sunday.
I guess. Oh, why not?
All that-
Why not?
All that discount Easter things.
Yeah. If it's still around. Wait, isn't it like Valentine's soon? Right?
What?
No.
That's in February, you
Okay,
knew.
my bad. Wait, what's next then? Because it's like a lot of chocolate, one after the other, right? It's like Valentine's, then straight into Easter, then something.
There's nothing.
I don't know. Okay, maybe Easter is
Day.
like the culmination.
Mother's Day is in May.
I guess. Maybe I'm thinking it's like Christmas, then New Year's, then Valentine's Day, then Easter. I think there's like all the.
Oh, Halloween.
Oh,
Halloween.
There you go, Halloween.
Halloween, Christmas,
Yeah.
New Year's.
I don't think people celebrate April Fools with chocolate. So I think
No,
that's out.
They celebrate it with lies.
And deceit. Oh man. Can't wait tomorrow. Woo. Anyway, without further ado, let's get back on track. Last session we ended it with something Pilgrim. Iron Pilgrim. That's
Pilgrim,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
You would not take the child. I will get rid of her.
It is a culmination. Just view it as your penance, okay? Just view it as Ileana's penance, and it just culminates into something beautiful at the end. Trust. Hashtag
Word.
trust. Okay?
Yeah. What?
What?
Nothing. Okay.
All right.
So we continue on towards Wallace Castle to the west, and we come across a roadhouse, a tavern of sorts. And we knock on the door. There's no answer. The door's open. It's unlocked. So we just walk in, and there's nobody there. It's completely abandoned. It looks evacuated, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everything's
Whoever
pretty
was in
organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty organized. You know, all the things were taken that were, I guess important, and all the closets and stuff are still locked. So it's not like it was looted or anything. But it looks like because of the trouble in Sandon, people.
Whoever was in there just up and left, grabbed a bunch of stuff and left. But not everything, because there's still a bunch of things in there. So Nurhaz manages to find a bunch of food, a bunch of supplies.
He broke open some cabinets. He lockpicked some cabinets and found some food. Yeah.
And there are beds upstairs. There are bedrooms. So we each get our own little space. And then Nurhaz, Devril, and Ileana all make dinner together. Help cook dinner with things that we find. Meanwhile,
you can do it.
I guess. Well, Ellie has to eat. I guess
Yes.
Ellie ate something. But meanwhile, Evander and Holo put Ellie to bed with a lullaby.
That was after dinner.
Yeah, I guess it was. Anyway, we eat.
Yeah.
We eat, and then Evander and Holo put Ellie to bed with a lullaby. And Holo just like pulls this lullaby out of her ass. Like she has no idea how she knows this lullaby, but she's really impressed with herself. Like rolled really well.
It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Evander knew it.
No. Yeah. Evander knew.
Yeah, he recognized it. Val knows that it's familiar, but she didn't really recognize it as much as Evander did.
Yeah.
But she does know that it's an old elven tune, and
Mm.
that Holo sang it very well.
Even though
So
she's not Elven.
yay, Holo!
Which is surprising.
Yeah,
That's
but she knows. She knows about.
props.
She knows about them. She got that skill.
Up. We don't know that.
As players,
Oh, okay.
as players, we know that. Yeah. So then, well, we have we have some time after dinner, and Nurhaz asks Val what was on the scrolls
Mm.
that she got from the Iron Pilgrim, because she traded like a few rings for it.
Nurhaz traded a few rings for them. Like Nurhaz gave her the shit. That's why he's wondering.
That's why. Okay, yeah. So he's like,
he's
why
wondering.
did you spend my shit on these pieces of paper? And she's like, well, here's why. And she just hands it to him. She hands him the scrolls, or a scroll, and to him it looks like sheet music.
Yeah.
And he's like, why were they worth the shit? And
I thought they were maps.
Yeah, and he's like holding it, like trying to. He has no idea what it says. He can't read that.
Yeah.
But Val does say that they will be very useful to her, therefore useful to us. But she doesn't tell him any more than that, and he's like, "That's good enough for me." And
yep, whatever. Investment.
Yeah.
I better see a return on my investment.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it.
Yeah, and then after dinner. Again.
Yeah, after dinner, and everyone's settling down. Before everyone's still around the table, Devril actually brings up a point, and he looks to everyone and asks if it's all right to tell Evander the real reason he asked him to come along. And everybody agrees, and Devril spills it. He basically tells Evander that 4 days ago they have they don't remember anything before 4 days ago. They woke up with nothing but their names, and that they're all together because they're trying to get some answers. They're trying to figure out who they are, track down what's going on, and they have no understanding of the world that they're in. Meaning that even if Evander's not from around the area, anything is better than nothing. So Devril is basically asking Evander to stay, to kind of teach them, guide them, and also, since they've been caught up and in some fighting, to heal them. But Devril also has been thinking and said, by all means, if you have family, now that you're free, and if you want to go back to them, I won't have any problems with it. Like, I can't ask you to stay. But Evander replies that, even though he doesn't know the area, he's more than willing to act as a guide and show us how the world works, and give advice. And as for family, he's a long way away from home, and he doesn't really have anyone back there left. That's pretty much the sum of it. So that's fantastic, and Devril gives a sigh of relief, and then he asks everyone if they have remembered anything by chance. You suck at your rolls. A bunch of people also failed theirs for the limited time. So there's you have not passed a single one.
No, I don't remember shit.
None. You just you.
I don't need to. I said this on stream, but clean slate. The less I remember, the fresher I can start. Right?
Yeah. That's it. But this is so juicy. Anyway, so everyone shakes their head, but Devril said that when they were in the camp, he talked with Lord Mannerly, the man who was under the flag of the knight on the bridge. And Devril explains that he knew him, his former self, and that he was too scared to ask because he might be like questioned or what's the word I'm looking for, thought of as a fraud, like a fake. So he was really, he didn't ask, but now that he has had a chance to think about it, he's afraid that he's not the man that Lord Mannerly saw him as, and the man he is now are two different people. And he's worried that if he keeps on going along the line of this judicator work, and this is super important for me, if he keeps on going along the lines or down the line of judicator work, he will turn. He won't be himself. He won't be the person that he is right now. To which Evander says that it doesn't matter what man you were back then. It only matters about what the man you are right now. Which is Devril appreciates that advice, and he said he'll keep it in mind. And with that, Nurhaz says, well, Devril has first watch, and as he lumbers up the stairs,
he goes to bed.
He goes to bed. So after after dinner's cleaned up, Devril takes first watch.
And second watch.
And second watch, because he doesn't, just like the first time when the party stayed at the villa, he doesn't want. Nurhaz is a bit grumpy, and he wants to build some rapport with him. So Devril takes Nurhaz's watch as well. This time, quite tired, the third watch rolls around. He goes up and knocks on Evander's door and asks, are you all right taking the next watch? If you're still tired, I can ask somebody else. And he's like, no, it's fine. I've done many watches before. It's just a part of life. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. And Devril takes his bed from him.
Out.
Yeah.
Nothing happens during.
Yeah, nothing happens during all of it. I think Evander goes over, spends his time going over his supplies. I forgot to say, Devril spends his time reading the Word of God. I think that's what it's called, like the Holy Book.
It's the Bible.
Yeah, it's the Bible. It's the Bible of this universe. And so he spends his time reading that. And Evander, when his watch ends, he goes over and knocks on Val's door, and she has
fourth watch. So on Val's watch, she at sometime during her watch, she hears voices approaching the tavern, which is not good things. So
never good things. They're never like happy voices.
No. Yeah, it's never like, hey, we're bringing you some stuff. It's like, hey, let's
we're wandering like carnival. Like, here, let's No, never that.
Make you some candy apples, so have some treats. No, it's like
it would be that, and then they would turn out to be mass murderers, and then we'd have to fight them like that. And then they, the candy apples are actually made from like body parts of their previous victims, and then we have to replenish the candy apple supply. That's what would happen.
That's messed up.
Hey, you know what?
But it's Raethborne, so everyone's a psychopath. Val goes to fetch Devril and Evander.
Evander first.
Evander first. When she goes to get Devril, he's having a night terror. A big old night terror. And she hears him say, Your Grace. Her and Evander. Because they both. Both of them, because they're getting you. Yeah. They hear Devril say, Your Grace, please know you're killing him. What does this mean? Only so good. So yes, that's weird, but we don't have time to talk about that because people are approaching the tavern. So everyone is woken up. We're all in the lobby now. trying to figure out what to do. Some of us talk about barricading the door because
No
these
time for
people are.
that.
Because yeah, we ain't nobody got time for that. Like people are, they're clearly approaching. Like right now, they're about to come into the tavern.
Wait, before you continue, who was it? Was it Val? Val goes over once she wakes everyone up and everyone's in the lobby. She goes over to Ellie's room and
Right.
tells
Yeah.
Ellie that that there are some people coming, but she needs to be very. I think it was Evander.
No, it was Val.
Okay, it was Val.
It was-
Fine. Yeah, that some people are coming. She needs to stay very quiet and she needs to stay in her room, no matter what, until we come and get her. Everything's gonna be fine, and that she just needs to stay quiet. She needs to be a good girl, and she needs to stay in her room. And then she goes downstairs. So it ends up that there's no time to barricade the door. So Val.
What?
I'm just positions. So Val ends up taking.
Not quite. Not yet. Not yet. Yes. We can see these men through the slats.
Oh, okay. You want to describe them first? Okay, go.
Well, it's important.
No. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Go.
So they're wearing blue. So they're Wallace's men. So they're the good guys. But something's up. They sound drunk. And they're a little bit rowdy. And there's something behind it, like something kind of predatory. They're like predatory undertones to stuff that they're saying. They're being kind of creepy about.
So seeing that they're Wallace's men, Evander and Devril decide to greet them. Whereas just in case something else, everybody else decides to hide. Now the three Nurhaz, Hollow, and Ilyana decide to hide behind the bar, while Val decides to sit in a very shadowy corner. By
And
like
sulk.
near the door. Yeah, and sulk. I
Yeah,
don't know.
the whole time she's not gonna be part of this. She just wanted to sit in a corner.
She put herself in the corner. Anyway, so Evander and Devril light a lamp. And they place it behind on the table, and they start filing in. Two guys leading in. They don't notice right away that there's Evander and Devril there, but
Just standing
they start filing in, and the leader decides to go say, what's this then? To which Devril asked, I could ask you the same question. Aren't you Wallace's men? Like, shouldn't you be in Sandon?
Yeah, and they reply with they didn't like fighting in Sandon. So they're free agents now. They didn't like it very much.
No.
So they're free agents now and are taking over the inn.
Yeah, so we should vacate.
Yeah.
Now, there was some thinking. I was thinking, which Devril was thinking too, the fact that the only him and Evander showed, and they have like 3 women and then a dwarf as well. So the chances of everyone just being able to walk out, probably not the best.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out. So he's thinking this, and he's having this internal debate when Evander, thankfully, oh my god, like the timing on this, Evander says something along the lines, and I'm sorry I didn't write it down, but he says something along the lines with, "Do not forget that you are adjudicator," or "Do not forget that you're like
talking to."
No. Evander.
Oh, wait,
Evander whispers to Devril. He says something. He says, "Do not forget that you are adjudicator." And so that's all Devril needs to hear. And he says, and he replies back to Evander that that Miss Ilyana's right. The more I do this, the more comfortable it seems, like the easier it gets.
Yeah.
And so he turns back to the group of men that are now promptly inside the tavern. That do you realize who you're speaking to? And he says I understand that your eyes might deceive you since there's not a lot of light. But do you understand who you're talking to? And he says, so I see, my lord, that that you're the adjudicator. That you're adjudicator, and that what we're doing doesn't sit right with you. But I'll have to ask that you let this one slide.
Yeah, because he's like, there's 6 of us.
Yeah. No, there's 12 of us.
Or 12. There was 12. There was
there's
way more than 6.
12 of us and 2 of you.
Exactly. He's like, you're a little outnumbered. I trust that you'll let this one slide. And Devil's like, or no, Evander says something intimidating. He didn't want to say anything because of his accent.
Yeah.
But he did say something.
He
and
said
I didn't
something.
write it down, and it was so cool.
I'm so sorry. If Tay's in here, he can definitely tell us. So we'll come back to it. But as soon as he spits fire, that Evander fire, that silver fox fire, Nurhaz decides to take cutlery from behind the bar.
Whoa.
Yes.
Actually, no, that's true. It is right now.
Stop.
Oh, yeah. You've been warned once. Don't
waste your second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or something like that.
We'll go with that.
But Nurhaz takes cutlery from the bar and like chucks it in like each corner, like each of the far corner. And
to which Ileana just glares at him. She's like, "The fuck did you just do?" And he's like, "I don't know.
I'm doing it. Whatever."
Yeah.
And you're like, fucking Nurha. No, okay. So all the men hear it, and they start, they start drawing their weapons and becoming on guard. Devril clutches the sheath of his falchion, and he draws it and says,
"For the record, you are deserters, yes?"
Yeah. Because he's wanting to make 100% sure, right? He's wanting. He's still. He's working towards it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the captain or the leader laughs and sneers, and he says, "Simply put, I guess that's what you can call us." And we roll initiative. It's at that moment, after all initiatives are done, the leader points towards Devril and says, "Him first!" As 2 crossbowmen, one of them, the first one, shoots Devril in the leg, and drops him down to 3 hit points. 3 wounds. Sorry, 3 wounds.
Yep.
Sorry, no. More than that. Less than that. Sorry. Like, I think it was like 6. 6, and then another one hits him right in the gut. Like right in the side. Like his fucking spleen or liver.
He takes
and he
like
drops him down.
Though.
Yeah, and takes him down to -5, which is in the critical zone. I had to roll a toughness, or else I would get stunned. Past that, like a champ, and then had to roll another one, or else be fatigued. Past that, so 2 bolts hit Devril. Basically, he staggers and keels over, but then just. And gets back up, just flexes it out, and combat starts. Evander rushes the closest guy that's farthest in, and just basically tackles him, spear tackles the guy.
Yeah.
Spear tackles the guy, knocks him down on the ground. The guy's stunned, and whatever. And the guys start piling in. The leader goes for Evander. It ends up that Evander has like 4 guys on him at once. The crossbowmen are still, they're like, oh shit, usually people die from that, as they're scrambling to reload. Two guys go to Deverell. Thankfully they miss. Holy shit.
Yeah. And then 2 go for the bar.
Yes. Once you guys come out, Nurhaz actually goes around the bar and then charges in to help or to aid Evander. So those 2 are like fighting, I think, like 5 guys over there in like the corner of the bar. Ileana and Holo pop out. Ileana shoots one of the. There's 2 big guys in like very heavy armor, like plate armor. Though it doesn't seem like it's theirs, but it's just they've just taken pieces of plate armor from people. So these huge guys come barreling in. One of them heads towards the bar. Ileana shoots him, and Holo smacks another.
And the one guy, the guy that she smacked, tried to like sneak around the bar, and Holo's like, nope, and hits him, and he staggers back and like falls over.
He gets knocked down prone, and he has like 1 HP left, and we're just like, okay,
just
whatever.
Getting like bitch slapped by a quarterstaff.
That's good. We
to
talked
finish
about
him off,
we took
to
the,
finish
we
him
took,
off. She crushes his skull with the quarterstaff. And
yeah,
then
we talk about that bar being a no guy zone. It's just girls only zone.
So when she squished his skull and like uses his brains and like whatever blood that she got to write no boys or like girls only on the bar.
Yeah, something like that. Val goes off, and she actually her first spell that actually does something was Frost.
So she sings a song that like Jeff described, like we feel like it's winter.
It reminds us of winter.
It reminds us of winter, yeah. And the guys hear her too, and the people that do hear her, the spell that are affected by the spell, their armor starts to freeze.
Yeah,
and
frost
like
starts to crawl. Yeah, and it looks very brittle. And while she's singing it, it's actually snowing by her, like snowing inside, like there's stuff happening, and we're just like, well, that's not you turning into a bird, but that's fuck it,
still
okay,
pretty
cool.
weird.
That's sure, why not?
We don't have time to pay attention to that.
Nope, not at all. So I just having to speak, I put a very specific rules for my character when I made him, and I've said this multiple times, but I felt that I was just it hurts me, but I think it just, as a character, it makes them deeper. So I'm fucked because for my turn, I got hit, and when it was my turn, I was like, okay, his life's in danger. I can be Zyron. I can be Zyron without somebody having to call my name. So I was like, okay, fine. So I yell out, "You stupid child," because Zyron is scolding Deverell, who has no idea about it, but he's fucking hurt. But he cannot. That's a little bit of PC knowledge. But I cannot frenzy, which is like the creme de la creme, because I have nothing. So, the first guy that comes to me, I'm like, well, whatever. I'll just kill him with Zyron. That's fine. Zyron goes in, one-shots the guy. I'm like, sweet. Yes, I can just take his blood. Like, I can take the blood that's on me or whatever and, drink it or taste it or whatever, and then I'll rage. Another guy charges me, and I'm like, shit. Well, I can either take the full round action to frenzy, and then this guy will hit me and I'll die, right? Take the chance of this guy. Or I can hit the guy too, hopefully that I one-shot him as well, and then next round I can frenzy. which I ended up doing. I ended up
Yes.
one-shotting the guy.
So close.
I just think, like, if they survived any of the hits, I would have been fucked. But thankfully, I just one-shot 3 guys, was able
big
to,
deal.
was able to take my bloody gauntlet and shove it in my mouth. And
Oh my god.
yeah, the one guy that was still there, and I decided to rage because he was rolling really bad, and apparently he wasn't skilled. At least that's what quote unquote that was Jeffrey said. I decided to take the risk for that, but to make myself feel better and to intimidate it, I've said I might die, but I'm taking you all with me, as I like shove this bloody gauntlet in my mouth, and he missed too. It was all worth it. But meanwhile, that's what happened to me. Meanwhile, on the other side of the tavern, there's Evander going at it. He gets people. These are 5 guys just trying to swing at Evander, and he parries their strike.
With his hands.
Grasp their blade with his hands, and just yanks their sword out and just chucks it away.
Yeah.
To all guy, like 4 guys.
Yeah,
to all
there was
4
one
guys.
Guy, though, he like came down, he had this like crazy strike, and he was coming down, like just about to like cut Evander in half, and he goes and he just catches it in between his hands and then goes, whoop.
To all 4. So he basically he blade grasped all 4 strikes that was on him, and just threw their weapon away. So these 4 guys do not have weapons anymore. Just do not have weapons anymore. And the guy that he took down at like the spear tackled at the very start, he gets up and he's about to hit Evander, but I guess he's still woozy. And as he goes, he misses Evander and loses his sword. He just chucks it. Jeffrey rolled like 100. That was it. So he just throws. So there's 5 guys. All the 5 guys that are surrounding Evander and Nurhaz have no weapons anymore. So they try to take out their like boot knives or like these little like pocket knives and try to shank Evander, but like
no
dice. It's just his armor just takes it, and he just looks at them and he's like, "Sup, hi, nice caressing." So there's just 5 guys caressing Evander.
Meanwhile, Val sings another song.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
That affects a couple guys near her. It's 2, right?
It's 2.
Yeah,
one of them was
guys,
a crossbow guy, and one was the guy that was attacking Devril.
Yeah. So these guys fall under Val's spell, and she tells them to go for their closest ally, to like start attacking their closest ally, and they're like, okay. So crossbow guy number 1 drops
his crossbow.
Guy number 2.
Yep, drops his crossbow, pulls out a sword, and goes over to his partner, crits him. Just crits him too. Just shoves his sword in his gut. And his partner, I guess we'll do it in how it actually happened.
So to which his partner turns around and goes, "You backstabbing bastard," and crits him back.
Yep, and kills him. Just kills the guy because he already took damage, and he crits him. He dies. His partner dies. He spits on his dead body as he's like bleeding to death. So while all this is happening, there's still a big guy. Yeah, the other guy dies before Devril kills him, before he even has a chance to hit the big armored dude. Mm-hmm. So with no one else, the closest person is this big ass plate wearing guy that's looming over Hollow and Ileana at the bar. He's about to hit them, where Devril comes from behind him and just murks the guy. So he's standing over Hollow and Ileana, and all of a sudden he croaks and just falls down, and there's Devril
standing there.
Yeah. Uh, so they're a little, Hollow's a little worried because she knows what's this, but he turns around and just goes over to where the rest of the party is, the leader and
surrounding Evander.
Yeah, surrounding Evander and Nurhaz. Val actually sets one of the guys on fire. That was her next spell. He sets one of the guys on fire, so he's burning. It takes him a while, but he's able to actually no, sorry, my bad. He's burning. His next spell, she puts the really low health archer or crossbowman on fire, so he dies because he had like 1 health. Now, coming from the side of the room, the raging Zyron comes in and just one-shots the leader, and we roll the critical table for that, which basically he had no sword, so he goes down to pick, to draw his like short sword, right? And as soon as he raises it, Zyron comes in and with his falchion just cleaves into his arm, cutting it off, and then falls. And just falls to the ground and then goes into his chest, killing him instantly. And the fallen arm on the ground just spasms, just starts spasming on the ground.
So it's just the trigger finger. So
yeah,
Jeff
if this was
if it was something with guns, then the guy would just be like shooting. So I think does this cause the other guy to run away?
This causes the other guy to run away. The guy with the shield and the sword, the one that got spear tackled by Evander.
Yes. So he causes him. He starts booking it out of the tavern.
Yeah, the guy that was first set on fire is actually able to put himself out. We decided that it was because of all the blood from his commander. As he stopped, dropped, and rolled, he was able to put the fire out.
Messed up.
Him now being prone, Nurhaz is able to just whack him with his mace, and the guy dies. There's one more guy that's by Evander. Devril goes in, one-shots him as well. And now is the spooky hour for the party, is whenever Zyron goes into frenzy. It's spooky time. Evander is the only person who is able to act before, so everyone just has to be where they are. But Evander decides to run after the guy. Who's running out and basically takes him down. Just takes him down and gets on top of him and has a knee on his back. He throws him back. Like he suplexes him back into the tavern, gets on top of him, and has this knee on his back. Thankfully, though, Zyron passes his will. Has come to. He comes to, and he staggers and drops a knee as all the adrenaline passes, and he has 2 crossbow bolts in his fucking body. But Evander, seeing that Zyron has come to, says, "Judicator," to which Zyron gets up, staggers over to the man, and he says, "Any last words?" And the guy blubbers
like,
out,
"Please don't kill me." They promised that they wouldn't kill me if I came with them. I didn't want to come with them, and blah. And then he just beheads him.
And Zyron beheads him.
Yep.
He staggers back. He lies. Basically, Zyron just lies down on the ground, and it's just heaving and panting and whatnot, and says, "I think I need to go lay down."
And he just goes.
Evander looks to Nurhaz and Hollow first, because they did take a little bit of damage, and with some help from Hollow, he is able to take Zyron upstairs and lie him down on the bed and operate on him, take the bolts out and patch him up. They Hollow. Actually, when we were scavenging around, there was a little bit of alcohol left, and so Hollow took all the alcohol that was available, even though like they're like the bottom of the glass or the bottle kind.
Yeah, the
She put it all
drips.
she put it all together, and then like started feeding it, or like I guess feeding it to Zyron as he's being operated. Evander's trying to stop her.
But she just
Evander,
keeps
but
feeding
yeah,
it
but
to-
she's Evander leaves the room to go look, to look after Nurhaz or check up after he's done, and Ilyana and Hollow, and he comes back to seeing Ilyana and Hollow just like pour the whole bottle
Yeah.
down,
And he's like, "Ugh,
yeah. So
fine."
so basically Zyron passes out after having like surgery and whatnot, and wakes up with a hangover. And everyone sleeps in
Oh,
that day.
Ellie.
Oh right,
So
right.
afterwards,
Meanwhile,
Val
yes.
goes to
Yeah.
Val goes to check on Ellie, who is under the bed, terrified. She has no idea what's going on. And when Val comes into the room, she can't see her like right away because she's under the bed, and so she's like, "Hey, are you here? Where are you?" And Ellie scampers out and crawls into Val's arms, to which Val is very awkward
Very awkward.
because she doesn't know how to deal with kids, but she's doing her best. And Val tucks her in and falls asleep.
Yeah, she asks if she wants if Ellie wants her to stay with her until she falls asleep. Ellie nods, and Val just ends up sleeping in her room, like falling asleep there.
Yeah.
So everybody wakes up quite a bit late. Especially
Yeah, Ileana stayed up and kept watch because
Yeah.
she remained completely untouched.
You're
through
fine.
that whole
You're-
thing.
must be nice.
No, it's
Must
great.
be nice.
Great, come on
Anyway,
over.
so basically people wake up late. Nurhaz doesn't stay or sleep in too much. He actually looks over his armor and everyone else's armor, cleans them and makes sure that they're all right. And the party sets off just mid-afternoon, down towards Castle Wallace again, with no word. I guess Jeffrey really wanted to do the dwarves thing, so he like kind of rushed it along, but with like no one talked about what happened that night. Like no one. So I'm definitely fixing that for next session.
Yes.
We're bringing shit up.
We need a lot of RP next session.
Yeah, that's it. So, like, there's no one, and Devril's just like, I guess no one wants to talk about it. Okay. But
what's
yeah,
that
he's
over there.
he's
Yes.
he's hurting. And they make their way. Off in the distance, about a late afternoon, there looks to be a caravan coming down. It looks quite strange to be a caravan. It almost looks
it's a
armored.
wagon with four
Yeah,
wheels.
it almost looks armored. And instead of horses, there are mountain goats pulling it.
Yep.
Mountain
It's
goats
it's
pulling it.
painted black and red,
Yep.
and it's surrounded by short, stout figures, which can only be dwarves.
Gnomes.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, dwarves.
Yeah, so they're dwarves.
And it actually goes to pass us. They don't even like give a shit that we're there. They they just keep going on their way. But Deveril stops them.
Yeah, Devril kind of waves, and there's 6 dwarves, heavily armored and armed, that's surrounding this wagon, this wagon, and there's a man that's also, he's wearing lighter on the armor, but he's the who's actually sitting on top of the wagon, driving it. And he's wearing a very wide brimmed hat that kind of covers his face. And as I wave them down, or as Devril waves them down, the 6 you can hear draw.
Draw
Not
their
draw.
weapons.
No. They didn't draw their weapons. The two that had odachis, the very long swords, kind of just brings them closer to their bodies. The ones wielding katanas, as they approach, you just hear a click of them. Yeah, it's.
And then the guys with the
It's
naginata swords.
I don't know if you could hear that click.
What? Oh, that click. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Click.
this click. I have a katana. What's up? Let's go.
you do.
I knew it was coming in handy. No,
I
but
pressured you into buying that katana.
absolutely.
But there are also two with naginata swords as well. And they actually,
with the
they actually
glaives.
point them to you. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. And basically, Devil asks where they're coming from and where they're going. Because if they're heading to Sandon, that's probably not a good place to be right now. Since last we heard, Wallace's men was there was a lot. He notices Nurhaz and he says, he actually spits towards Nurhaz's direction and lands by his feet, and he says that
we do not speak to outcasts.
Yeah.
Towards Nurhaz, and he says he'll talk to Devril.
Yeah, I will talk with the lawman.
Yeah,
he called me a lawman.
Yeah, the lawman.
Yeah, the lawman. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So Nurhaz takes his pack and puts it down on the ground and walks over a few ways. Evander actually goes with him.
Yes.
Yeah, goes with him, and so they'll wall off. And I ask. He basically says they know about what's happening in Sandon. That's actually why they're on the trip, because he's wants to, war is profitable and he wants to sell his stuff. And so Devril asks, well, can I look at your stuff? And he says, well, if you have enough coin, whatever. Yeah. He actually laughs. He looks us all over and he laughs and he says, well, if you have enough coin. But yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he pulls a lever that looks like, he said it looks like where the e-brake would be.
Yeah, to stop the wagon from going, but
and the top of the wagon opens up. It like blooms, and then opens.
Falls
and
to the side.
And there's a bunch of shit. And it's really, really, really nice shit.
Really, really, really nice shit. So like it did not compare to any of the armor or weapons that we saw in Wallace's camp. Like
except for Alana Raethborne kind of.
No.
Like her little swanky stuff, but like
no.
that didn't
he even said no. Jeffrey said no to that. Because I was like, thing, and she's like, no. It's like it made it look like it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, whoo. Because he's like, that's best craftsmanship human made, and these are like best craftsmanship dwarven made. There's just nothing. So we're looking at it, and Devril's just amazed, and he's basically small talks to the guy, and it doesn't look like we can afford any of this, and he's just like. He's like, what? Like, he asks, it's just like, what? Like, no soldier can afford this. He's like, soldier, no. But Lord? Yeah, that or whatever they can do. And so I'm like, we know that we're not able to buy any of this by any means. But I do ask them, I say, we could, I could ask a favor. Like, I know we can't afford any of this, but can you tell us, being a merchant, how much this is? So he takes all the money that Nurhaz has from his pack, the 8 gold that we have, the 8 and some change, and ask him, how much is this? He gives me a peculiar look, Devril, a peculiar look, like, you're, what? Are you an idiot? Do you not know how your money is? Thank you so much, Joe Parry, for the follow. But yes, so I was just seeing the look of confusion and fearing that he wasn't going to tell us. Devril bows to him and says, please, your help would be really appreciated. To
Nurhaz is
which
triggered. He's
yeah,
so
Nurhaz is over there in the in the
He's
field
like,
going.
What is he doing? Stop it! It's so weird.
To which he garners like all the I guess the accompaniment, the armed accompaniment. They all give each other. They all exchange some looks, and the man is very intrigued. He says, "Well," and he walks. He hops down, and he has a cane that clicks every time he walks. He walks with a slight limp. It's a sword cane. It's a sword cane. We all know.
Oh, how can you tell?
He points. He takes his cane and lifts an arming sword off of the display. It's perfectly balanced, and he balances it on his cane, and he gives it to, or presents it to Devril, and Devril takes it with both hands, and it's from where Nurhaz is standing, it looks like a best craftsmanship arming sword.
Yeah, but the guy says like, with what you have, you could probably afford some of my more mundane stuff.
Yeah. And
we're
then
like,
he says,
mundane? What?
This one, and he hands us a best craftsmanship arming sword, and we're just like, well, shit.
Right.
And I looked around, and I'm like, I don't know. Nobody uses an arming sword. So I said, I give it back to him, and I said, I don't think that any of us could put such a beautiful thing to good use. But I thank you. He chuckles and goes over, and Devril says, one more thing. I'm sorry to take your time. One more thing. Can I know why you won't talk to Nurhaz? Like, what did he do? And he says, it's not what he did, it's what he is. Like, he's an outcast. He pays for his crime. Like, he has to pay for his crimes. We don't view him as he has to pay for his crimes. To which Devril asks, "Oh, what are you talking about? Is he not a dwarf just like you are?" And he says, "We don't consider him a dwarf or anything because of the crimes he committed, right?" Which triggers Devril a little bit, because he's like, crimes? What? Huh? What? What? Oh no.
Yeah.
The last thing, he gets some assistance from his soldiers, or from his bodyguards, as he climbs up. Devril says, "If I can ask, can I have your name?" To which the guy says, "My name is Ronske."
Runske.
Ronske, son of Oreska.
Arunska.
There was no N.
Arunska. Yes, there was.
I'm not gonna argue. Okay. Yeah, and so Devril bows to him, and he says, and he says, you have respect, unlike the rest of your kind, or something along the lines of that, like unlike the rest of your people, or something like that. He's like, I shall remember you. All right, yeah, I shall remember you. And he pauses, and Devril says, Devril Menard, which is the first time anyone's
ever heard
his last name. Yeah. So he says, yeah, I will remember you. And the caravan trudges along.
Whew. And that's
where we ended it.
That's the end.
That's
There's
it.
so much battle that we had like no RP. But
Yeah,
okay.
that balances up, because the session before was all RP and no battle. So
So next one will be balanced, maybe.
Hopefully,
Or just
Castle
all RP.
Wallace.
I'd be okay with all RP.
I would totally be okay with that. So
All
guys,
right.
if you enjoyed it, make sure to definitely check us out. Hit that like button, follow the stream, so that you know when we go live for Sunday Night RPG and Recap Thursdays. If you would love to follow me, down in the links below, Twitter at Sanka3, the YouTube, Sanka Live TV, and also the Facebook page, Sanka Streams. And for you, Captain Legs, if they want to find out what you're all about, where can they find you?
These right here. Twitter at Legraby, 3 A's, 2 E's. What else do I have down there? YouTube, same thing, Legraby, and Facebook, Captain Legs. It's brand new. Go throw me a like, and
It'll make her day.
I will throw you other things like links and pictures and stuff.
Definitely, guys. Well, we will see you in the next Sunday Night RPG.
Stick around, because we have